Members of the National Action Network joined Reverend Al Sharpton to shop at Costco in support of the company's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion.
This is not a boycott. This is a boycott, where we are buying into companies that are supporting DEI measures.
But in the interim, we're going to do a boycott. We're going to go and support those that support diversity.
A few moments later.
The story will be you all didn't shop.
The story will be y'all didn't shop. Oh, man.
Okay, so today we are talking about DEI.
Diversity,
and
equity,
the
inclusion.
hilarious thing that happened last week, where Reverend Al Sharpton calls for a boycott, not a boycott, a boycott. They go to Costco, but unfortunately the people don't buy anything. So that actually happened. But before we get into
It's kind of hard to buy something right now. Just coming off the Biden administration with all inflation, people just ain't got it right now.
They got it right now. So we're gonna perusal the store. We're just gonna look around.
I'm not getting the stuff that I want. I'm only coming to stores getting stuff that I need at this point. And
That's
right
it.
now, I don't got the extra spending for Costco's.
that, I'm going to give you my opinion on DEI. Now, first, DEI as we know it actually occurred during the Obama administration.
Yeah.
Here's another YouTuber, Tim Black from Tim Black TV. He found this great clip of back in 2011, Obama talking about DEI.
We believe our diversity, our differences, when joined together by a common set of ideals, makes us stronger, makes us more creative, makes us different. From all these different strands, we make something new here in America. And that's why, if we want to keep attracting the best and the brightest from beyond our shores, we're going to have to fix our immigration system, which is broken.
So what I'm trying to tell you is if DEI was benefiting black people, we would have a lot of evidence of it because it's been in place since Obama. Obama implemented it in 2010, I think.
It's like
Various DEI practices.
15 years.
He was the first
Coordinated by
president to introduce it. So
2011.
DEI was so beneficial to black Americans. Where's the proof?
Now, that's a good question.
That's a great question.
Hell of a great question.
If it was helping so much, where's the proof? Where's the stats that saying it was helping so much? At this point, we can see that it really wasn't working, and this is why Trump got rid of it, because obviously it wasn't working.
It was working. Got to do something else.
What
Yeah, gotta do something
has
different.
DEI done for black people who it's supposed to be helping? Now, obviously, if you guys haven't realized it already, DEI is the next variation of affirmative action. First, you had affirmative access, then you had affirmative action, and now you have DEI, which is a newer version of affirmative action, but affirmative action was really tailored toward just black people, where DEI is essentially tailored to everyone else except for white men. Now, we can't be ignorant and pretend that
It's like right there. Like, America's not based on that. No one should be excluded from anything. We're gonna make laws. We're gonna make laws for everybody. We don't want to just go on one side and people getting left out, because at the end of the day, then people are gonna be feeling like, why are we left out?
Yeah, and it makes for a shaky ground there.
Yeah.
Because when you do that and you exclude anyone,
Yeah.
it just furthers the argument of why, if they were looking at the world from a different perspective,
Yeah.
they're not wrong for excluding you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're just going to be hitting heads.
It causes division. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you do stuff like that and people feel like they left out, they're gonna start hating on you for no reason, just because they feel like they're being left out.
Because the premise behind this whole thing is that it's like it creates a situation where someone's getting
Lifted up.
that's how people are looking at it anyway. Like they're lifted up from a situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When really it is just all inclusive.
Yeah.
So that nobody gets left behind.
Yeah.
It's like because people are getting overlooked.
Yeah.
So it can turn into a whole mess.
It already have.
And already has.
essentially tailored to everyone else except for white men. Now, we can't be ignorant and pretend that there wasn't a time where black people were not allowed to get certain jobs and they were only for white people, and even more were
That's the whole reason that it was created, is because of
but it wasn't
historically.
But when this was going on, black people felt like it wasn't right. So with DEI, other people feel like it's not right. It's the same thing. It just switched.
Get certain jobs and they were only for white people, and even more were just available to white men, right? That actually happened. That's American history. But now the big question about DEI is, are those policies actually helpful, or are they just another form of discrimination? Let's look at something simple like
that's what I was saying.
NBA. In 1950, Earl Lloyd became the first African American to play in the NBA. Now, his first game was October 31st, 1950. So before that, there was no black athletes on any NBA team. Now, in 1920, Fritz Pollard integrated the NFL, becoming the first black player to play in the NFL.
1920.
But after his success, the NFL owners didn't allow another black player until the 1940s, 1946 to be exact, when they allowed 4 black players. So it took about 26 years between when the first African-American actually played in the NFL to 1946, where the NFL essentially integrated. And in 1947, Jackie Robinson became the first black player in MLB history, officially integrating Major League Baseball. So in the span of about 3 years, the 3 major sports leagues here in the United States were integrated. So now, just focusing on the 3 major sports franchises. None of them had any DEI policies, integration policies, nothing. It was just, hey, we're going to let the best players
play.
Win. So from 1950 on, essentially, you had integration, and the leagues went from being 99.9% white to overwhelmingly black. For instance, the NBA. Now,
that's what basically what he's saying, and I agree with him. If people come out and do what they're supposed to, you don't have to. There was no DEI for black people to come over and basically take over the leagues. They didn't need DEI to come and get jobs and do what they needed to do.
They just need an opportunity.
Yeah, so it's the same situation. People have opportunity. Why do we need this DEI in place?
Right. Well, I think the DEI just pushed that. Like, it wasn't the fact that, and I say again, it wasn't the fact of giving someone an upper hand. It's just giving them an opportunity. Just like we were looking at the video, like originally it was just like, no, we're not going to give you service. No, we're not going to do this. Now it's like, nah, just work with people.
Yeah, work with everybody.
70.4% of all NBA players happen to be black. In the NFL, 56% of the players identify as black,
crazy numbers,
while 27% identify as white. Now, when it comes to Major League Baseball, African Americans only represent 6% of the players, where Hispanics jump up to 29% of the player population, and whites are 60% of the player population. Now, as you can see, the major sports leagues all integrated, all started out with zero diversity, and now over 70 years have become extremely diverse, where the NBA and NFL are majority African American, while MLB has about 40% non-white, going from 99% all white. And they didn't do this by giving people breaks through DEI or through affirmative action. They just said, we're going to look for the best candidates. And if they happen to be white, they happen to be black, there's no bar on entry. And the best candidates are the ones we see on the field, because sports is all about performance. If you can do it, you will get paid. So we have examples of businesses and industries that have made many black people millionaires, but have not had any real DEI policies, did not go through affirmative action. It was just all about merit.
That's it.
That's all. That's the way you get a job as a starting point guard in the NBA or a starting quarterback in the NFL. Straight up merit. So merit can and has worked in the past to diversify workforce just all on its own without any help. Now, some companies chose to roll back their DEI policies while others chose to keep them in place. And Costco, 98% of their shareholders wanted to keep DEI in place.
More than 98% of Costco shareholders rejected a proposal from a conservative group to evaluate and consider pulling back its efforts toward diversity, equity, and inclusion, also known as DEI. It follows Costco's board of directors unanimously voting to urge shareholders to reject the motion. As large companies like Walmart, McDonald's, and Meta have pulled back or eliminated their diversity programs, Costco has pushed forward on DEI.
Now, since Costco is keeping DEI policies, Reverend Al Sharpton wanted to stage what's known as a boycott, as he calls it. In other words, he wants people to go to Costco and shop to show appreciation for them keeping the DEI policies.
This wasn't your average trip to the grocery store. Every purchase had a purpose.
We're going to shop where we're wanted.
100 members of the National Action Network joined Reverend Al Sharpton to shop at Costco in support of the company's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Shareholders recently voted against a proposal to assess the risks.
This is not a boycott. This is a boycott, where we are buying into companies that are supporting DEI measures.
This comes days after President Donald Trump signed an executive order to get rid of DEI programs.
DEI started to gain traction after the killing of George Floyd. Corporations came forward and said, we're going to do diversity. We're going to do this because race needs to be dealt with.
DEI programs basically prevent us from going backwards to a time when white supremacy and white straight men ruled the law of the land. Yeah. So we are trying to prevent that pushback, which is clearly happening in this administration right now.
So now Al Sharpton bust a whole bunch of people out there, said we're going to go shopping,
He brought a whole bunch
and
of
they
people
went
out
to
there.
Costco. Now, they got there, they did all this for the cameras, but funny thing happened is that they actually didn't shop. This was supposed to be a buy-in. Go and shop at Costco. Show them that we support them. But after the little speeches and stuff, people started leaving, where Al Sharpton's team started literally begging people to go and do the store and shop. So the story wouldn't be.
It's just funny. You all went there to shop. And now it just seemed like a photo op.
Yeah, that's why they're like, nah, we need you to buy something. Otherwise, that's exactly what this becomes. It loses its whole purpose.
It looks fake. It look like, what are you there for? You just went there pretty much for nothing. Y'all just talking. Y'all didn't spend any money with these people. If y'all support DEI like y'all say y'all did, why y'all not supporting and going there to buy? To me, it just seemed like talking. Anything dealing with Al Sharpton, it's like, you've been in the civil rights movement forever, and you did a lot of nothing. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I can't think of anything when I think about you, what you did or a change you brought or a law you brought into there. I've been tuning him out for like the last 20 years.
Facts.
Hey, we brought all these people to shop at Costco and no one shopped.
No one shopped.
Please, the story will be you all didn't shop.
That's the story.
And shop.
Dang, they out. They just want to their phones on Al Sharpton.
Yeah,
they just recording. So y'all ain't come there for the DEI. Y'all just came there to record.
To make it look good. Y'all didn't even buy nothing.
That's why I don't see nobody with any bags in their hands. I just see everybody
cell phones.
With cell phones, which is crazy.
I need you all. We'll see you on the way back. I need you to go in and shop, please.
If you see the whole everybody following,
you just heard somebody, didn't nobody go shopping?
Because my thing is this, Al Sharpton, if you dare to get people to buy stuff, you see everybody following you, you need to turn around and go back into the store because the whole group is following you. So if you want them to shop, take your ass back in the store and to get them to shop. But you're leaving. You're not even there for the cause. What goes back what I'm just saying. I stopped listening to this guy 20 years ago because you don't have any common sense. Me, if my people was saying, everybody go back in the store, we need y'all to shop, this is going to be the story. Al Sharpton, you should have went back in there and that wouldn't have been the story.
You should have bought something.
Yeah, he don't even have a bag in the
That's what I'm saying. You should have bought something. And they'll follow. Obviously, whatever you do, they're following suit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, what makes this even worse is that Al Sharpton gave a whole bunch of them $100 gift cards.
Oh, man.
And they still didn't go.
Oh, no. It gets worse.
Oh, man. This is crazy.
We'll shop at Costco.
The Reverend Al Sharpton is trying to send a message to businesses. If you don't support DEI, there are a lot of Americans who won't support you. This is what he did today. He bought 25.
This sent the absolute wrong message.
Yeah.
Because we gave you money to spend and you didn't spend it.
Yeah.
So if I'm the business, I'm not looking and saying, oh, look at how impactful this would be if everyone spends as opposed to no one spending.
Right.
I'm saying I'm not even seeing it when we give you the money.
Yeah. Because nobody, they're too busy following him. If he would have went and got some stuff and stood in line, guess what? It would have been a line.
They would have been in
full of
line.
people with carts right behind
Right behind them.
Because they got free gift cards, but because you're leaving, we're out.
They're like, he didn't buy nothing.
Yeah, you gotta lead by example.
Especially in situations like this.
Rather, he bought $125 gift cards and gave them out to people, brought them over here to this East Harlem Costco, and let them shop to send a message that if they support Costco's going to support them.
So he gave them $25 gift cards and said, go shop at Costco's. And a lot of them just like, $25 isn't enough. We'll shop some other time. Now, obviously, this is all
ain't enough.
Al Sharpton's grift because, for instance, he accepted $500,000 from Kamala Harris's campaign.
That's why I said we've been stopped listening to this guy. People in our community, we know what's up with like Al Sharpton. We know what's up with the preachers and all them so-called people. So it's like we don't really. I know. I don't rock with them at all.
Muzz ain't trying to buy hope.
Yeah,
we just want results,
and he's trying to sell you hope.
Yeah.
During an interview, so the National Action Network, his not-for-profit, got $500,000 of donor money from Kamala Harris.
It's crazy.
And then, where did that money go? Where did some of that money go? Well, New York Post also reports Al Sharpton pocketed nearly $1 million in bonuses from the National Action Network.
We already know that he is a fraud, and this is what he's doing. He's out for himself. He's not out for the people, and we've been figured that out.
$25 gift card ain't gonna do it.
The same nonprofit that Kamala gave $500,000 to. What a coincidence. Dang. So tell me in the comment section how you feel about DEI, and if you think I'm wrong. If you say, hey, Nate.
And then it hurts because when you have, especially in a situation like this, you get what people are trying to do, you get what the movement, you get, but you got to just have common sense.
Yeah.
And when the person who is in the forefront in this situation, being Al Sharpton, is on paper pretty much misappropriation of funds occurring.
Yeah.
You know,
has a history of it.
Yeah. It kind of hurts the whole point that he was trying to drive home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then to go and act on it in such a way and be like, oh, I'll give some money here. And you don't even take the forefront to buy a soda pop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the people just following you.
Yeah.
At this point, you got them out the house.
Yes.
You got them in the building.
Yes.
You even got money in their pocket.
Yes.
Buy something.
Something. A piece of gum.
A piece of gum.
Anything.
Because you got them in your hand and you just walk out the door and then you're wondering why they walking out the door. But
that's why I don't follow him. He's not a leader to me.
It's all bad.
If I'm gonna follow somebody, I want to follow a leader, somebody that I feel is genuine about what they're doing. They're generally trying to make a change. He's been
and
around
you don't see like prominent leaders like back in the day. Like you wouldn't see all this mess.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be like, oh, it's $1 million over here, it's 50,000 over here, 500,000 over here. You wouldn't see.
It's like I can't take you at your word because you're getting paid to say these words.
Yeah.
If you wasn't even getting paid, you wouldn't even be here right now.
And it's visible.
It's like you're trying to mislead me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be.
That I don't rock with.
It's definitely a crazy situation. Before we get out this video, if you didn't like, subscribe, or leave a comment, make sure you do that. Until next video, it's your boy Trey TV.
And it's your boy Lamar Wilson.
And we out.